Welcome beloveds, welcome back to my channel. This is Nikita. I hope you all are doing really good and are feeling so loved and blessed in your life. We are continuing with this precious book, The Four Agreements, and today we'll be discussing the last agreement, the fourth agreement, which is of course a really important one, but it is important in the sense that this creates the action steps to practice the other three agreements. Let us just see the agreements we have discussed. First one, be impeccable with your word. Second, don't take anything personally. Third, don't make assumptions. I have taken a good amount of time in discussing these agreements with you because I just wanted to be sure that all of us get enough time to really practice and ingrain them into our routine. And it's really not easy, also because it is not always maybe not always possible, or one may not always make the choice to keep up with these three agreements. So today's agreement will help you to understand that even if you fail, or even if you are not able to remember or practice these agreements, the first three agreements, at some point, then it's okay, and what you can do about it, how you can restart and make sure that you are practicing it. Of course, practicing these agreements is a choice, but in the sessions that I'm discussing, I want all of us to really practice this, because they are just wonderful to practice, and it is the right thing to do. Be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, and don't make assumptions. So the fourth agreement is always do your best. Always do your best. Now let's put it in the context of practicing the first three agreements with this fourth one, always doing your best. Under any circumstance, do your best. Now see, there are some days wherein we do find even the simple things or the routines really difficult and challenging, and one may not just want to do anything. That is possible. There are days wherein it's so difficult for us to show up. There are days when we just don't want to talk to anyone. We feel so down, hurt, disappointed, really sad. And so practicing these agreements will not become challenging when you understand that you have to just do as much as you can. So doing your best is not will not necessarily be always doing things in higher qualities only, or nothing at all. So this is not in terms of black and white thinking. Either it is 100% good performance or good way of practicing these agreements, or it is not at all, because I'm not able to do it, or it's becoming challenging. It's not like that. There are some days wherein it's really difficult for us to wake up, to show up in the world, to clean ourselves, to hydrate ourselves, to eat sufficient amount of food. But in those moments, even if you just do a little bit, like you just take enough steps to actually clean yourself and get fresh, and do one or two simple self-care activities, that you just drink enough amount of water and not get distracted to unhealthy food and beverages, that is enough. I mean, that shows that you are doing your best. This is what the fourth agreement is about. And as you build this habit of doing your best, always doing your best, it just makes your life really happy and meaningful, because you understand the things as it is, and you do your best by showing up and as much as you can do, then that could make you really happy, and whatever activity and work you are involved in automatically becomes meaningful because you are just doing your best. And no matter what kind of days or times you are going through, like I said, some days it's really difficult even to wake up and hydrate ourselves. Even in those moments, if you just do a little bit, then that means you have done your best, and that is enough. Two things you have to take care here is to not try too hard to do your best, otherwise it will have negative consequences. I don't want you to go on the perfectionist side of attitude, like trying just like don't be so unrealistic in doing your best. Otherwise you are just being perfectionist, and that would make no sense. That will lead to a lot of self-doubt and inferiority and frustration and anger. And also, doing less than your best is a problem. When you do less than what you could actually offer and give, then that will lead to frustration, self-judgment, guilty and regrets. So we have to bring ourselves on the balance side, where we are not doing too much and not too less. I mean, we are not doing too much or too less. We are doing our best. That's it. And by doing your best is actually a gift that you could give to yourself and to your life. Isn't that amazing? When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself. You are aware about your strengths, your weaknesses, and the areas where you could improve, and how you could think better, how you could do things differently next time. So when you do your best, you learn to accept yourself as you are. What you have to remember is that even if there is a mistake or any shortcoming, which is possible for everyone, not a big thing, but what is the big thing here is to learn from those mistakes. That's how this awareness becomes a gift to you. So you have to be aware and learn from your mistakes, and then learning from your mistake means you practice the right lessons, affirming the right thoughts, doing just the right thing, and doing your best in learning from the mistakes and practicing the new lessons again and again and again. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it. This is the another thing I want your attention on. See, we have to do our best not because of some reward that we will get out of it, but it's just that it's just the right thing to do. As simple as that. When you do your best while expecting a reward, then you are not the active participant of your life. Then you have given the control remote to someone else, and also you are not taking a personal responsibility. And the biggest advantage of being dependent and following others is blaming them for whatever things that could go wrong at any time, right? So doing your best with expecting a reward will means that you are actually not participating in any of the actions you are doing. You are just doing it without your awareness, without making a choice, and there is nothing meaningful involved in there. You are not happy doing that. So inside you feel so much frustrated. There is self-hatred, maybe hatred on others, jealousy, envy, anger, frustration, difficult emotions. But when you do your best without expecting a reward, then you are actually actively participating in life and whatever life brings to you. Bhagavad Gita explains this as karma yoga. When you do your work when you do your action without expecting a reward and giving it to God. If this scriptural understanding is too much for you, then in simple word it means that you do your best without having any attachment to the fruits of the action or to the results of it. And that doesn't mean that you become passive. Don't take it on the negative side. It means that you do what is the right thing to do, what is appropriate to do, and making sure that you are active participant of it, and you do it as a service. That would mean that yes, you are doing something really meaningful. Action is about living fully, as author says it. Action is about living fully. Inaction is the way we deny life. So when we are participating in whatever experiences and circumstances life brings to us, and we do our best without any attachment, then we have the realistic appraisal of the situation. And the best part of it is the personal responsibility that we can learn to accept and practice. And when one takes personal responsibility, one is also aware about the consequences that those choices can bring. And another beautiful gift of this is to not blame anyone and to be not in denial, but really be a part of life. And this is really a big thing. Doing your best means that you are not in denial. Now, another thing, doing your best doesn't mean that you just do things randomly, you are in denial, or you are not aware only of what you are doing and you are blaming and all of that. And also, it's not like I have to do it, I should be doing it, I must be doing it. This becomes again very unrealistic, because then you are bombarding yourself with this thinking errors, as we call it in psychology, thinking errors. And this is very distorted perception of the self, others, and the world. Like he should be this way, she should not be angry on me, I should always be accepted by other people, this should always happen, that should not be the thing, I must do things this way, I have to do it this way. This is not doing your best, because then you are then you have this distorted perception and this unrealistic thing about the situation. So cut all of that. It's better not to do it this way. And for example, so how you can do your best, like when you are, let's say when you are taking a shower or dressing up and cooking food for yourself, for your family members, just make sure how much present, ask yourself how much present am I in this particular activity, and just do your best in that activity. I mean, just do be fully present and do things one at a time. That way you will not be in denial, that way you will not become grumpy, complaining, like I have to do this many things, I have to take care of this thing, this person is so lucky that he or she doesn't have to do this thing, that thing. Even suppose if you are with your a family member or a child, and in that moment you are required to give enough attention to them, then just be fully present there. Don't think about other 60 things that you have to do after that interaction is over. Suppose you are with your family member, then just be present. Don't bring about the other past things unless you people have decided to communicate and work on it. It's a different thing. Or the other things that you have to do, like while eating the food, while serving the food, while cooking the food, for example, in your mind, don't just be grumpy and complaining about the things that, I have to do this much thing, after this I have to attend this thing, that thing. So, you eat fast, you help me with this thing or that thing, all of that. See how you can just do your best by being present into whatever you are doing. Okay, and yeah, otherwise my advice, there will be times wherein things may have really not worked for you, things could be really challenging and difficulty, But let's see that how we can work on the past and the past regrets and really take the responsibility of the present, because that is what it is. Author has given here really beautiful on this. Wait, I'll read. Yeah, this one. God is life. God is life in action. The best way to say I love you, God, is to live your life doing your best. I repeat, God is life. God is life in action. Now, even if you have some second thoughts about God, then whatever thing you believe in, whatever matters to you, you can put that. And let's understand the meaning of it. God is life. God is life in action. The best way to say I love you, God, is to live your life doing your best. Yeah, one thing I want to add here. How about putting ourselves in this? This self that I am is life. I am is life in action. The best way to respect and love myself is to live my life doing my best. And the best way to thank myself, to appreciate myself, is to let go of the past and be present and live in the present moment, right here and now. Whatever life takes away from me, I let it go, and whatever it brings to me, I fully accept it and live into it in this moment. And actually, there is no time and nothing to miss out on anything, because you are fully alive. So, you see how you can be fully present and do your best by being present and doing your best in those things. So, this is how you actually express the beautiful qualities of yourself, the divine qualities of yourself, and make yourself truly, truly alive. So, do your best in whatever things that life brings forth, and see how you can overcome the things that have been really challenging and difficult. And remember, even when the times or the days or anything becomes challenging, see how little even if you can do to change, that will be enough. That will be your higher quality of doing your best. So just, and yes, I would like to end this session saying, do your best in honoring all of these agreements. I have written this affirmation that all of us we can practice, and let's do it every single day. So we'll not have a very broader way here. Let's become realistic and just do one thing at a time. So every single day, I want all of you, I want all of us to practice these agreements by saying, today I am impeccable with my word. Today I don't take anything personally. Today I don't make assumptions. Today I do my best. I live one day at a time and I do my best. Thank you so much. See you in the next session. Bye bye.